Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's...
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh? Well... All right. All right. I guess. Whew. Got it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Guess I misread the landing. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him. We got some... good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. Better keep our distance.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Armor won't save you! Here I come!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Dragon Form!
This one's mine!
Swallow Blade!
For the weak point!
Here!
I'm nearly done for.
I'll be saving this one.
Double Demon Fang!
Leave the
Coming
enemy's
through!
arms to me.
Ha! No complaints here! Scarlet Inferno!
Here,
Stars of light.
Double Demon Fang!
Demon Flame! Reload!
Shattering of peace!
Meteor Storm! Now for something special. Magic is there! In here!
Double Demon Fang!
This'll come in handy.
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Storm! A banana! By the power of water! Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
In here!
No escape!
Let's get you all tucked away.
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning! Downfall!
No escape!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Swallow Blade!
Shooting Star!
Double Demon Fang! Here I come!
Air Drop!
I'm not done!
Lightning! Purge Malevolence! Magic is there! Freeze Lancer!
Take this! I'm not done!
Laser Ray!
You're finished! Dragon
By the
Form!
power of flames! Without a
Burn!
trace! Here's another!
Dragon Form!
Illuminate the dark!
Try this!
Holy Glimmer!
Explosive Ring!
Mine! Burning Strike!
Double Demon Fang!
Will this help? Seal! Healing Circle!
Now I can let loose.
Thanks, Shion.
be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Annihilation!
Here I come! Strike!
By the
You're
power of
finished!
flames! Vanish
Dragon
without
Swarm!
trace! Sometimes the best medicine
Strike!
is the
I'll
toughest
smash
swallow.
you! Double...
Explosion!
You're mine!
Burning
Strike!
Star!
It's over!
One more time!
You're mine!
Seal! Reload! Let's get you all tucked away! I'm all stuffed up! Annihilation! Here goes!
I'm not done!
Mega
It's
Ray!
over!
I can do this all day!
You're mine!
Magic is there! Sleep now!
Double Demon Fang! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Banana!
Dragon Form!
Flaming Meteor! Dance in the wind! Burning Field!
Explosive Ring!
It looks like you got this one covered! Shattering out!
Stay away from my friends! Double Demon Fang!
Too much to handle? By the power of...
Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing... Start! First banana!
Why aren't you human?
To stop you dying?
Good right.
Here I come! I'm not done! Try harder! My turn!
Raging Cascade!
Double Demon Fang!
This'll come in handy.
Demon Fang!
Seal.
Double Demon Fang!
This'll come in handy. Tidal Wave! Healing Circle!
Now I can let loose!
Pierce Evil! Raging Cascade! Lancer!
Double Demon
Seal.
Fang!
Ready!
Double Demon Fang!
Hit! Glacial Spear! Here's showtime!
Take
Freeze
this!
Lancer!
It's over!
More with that
Try this!
Light Axe! Thunder!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring it
For
back
that.
from Death's Abyss!
Double Demon Fang!
Resuscitation!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring it back from Death's Abyss!
Double Demon Fang!
Resuscitation!
Here I come!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and
Easter!
purify all!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Fire!
Dragon Swarm!
Meteor Storm!
Sword Blade!
Glacial Spear! Now here's
what I can do.
Magic is Hear me! Flame of
Double
Fire!
Demon Fang!
I'm burning all!
Can't move.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Arch Field! Up it! Go! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Not on my watch! Illuminate the dark! Magic is it! Ready to go! One more time!
Double Demon Fang!
Mega Ray! In here!
Take this.
This'll come in handy! Lightning! Spray! Flame of Fury! All day! Burning!
Can't move.
Don't give up! Photon! Blaze in the wind! Air thrust! I'll bring you back from Death's energy!
Armor won't sink on the ground.
Resuscitation! Photon! Dance in the wind!
I owe you one.
Air thrust! Photon! Dance in the wind! Take field! I'm only...
Demon
Here
Fang!
goes! Still far beyond the darkest sky!
Double Demon Fang!
See!
You're mine!
Still full!
Dragon
Another
Swarm!
ammo now!
Flash!
Mega
Dragon!
Ray!
You require a head.
Annihilation!
Double Demon Fang!
No further.
Glacial Spear!
Here I come!
Evil! And here's Lancer! Get on it!
Double this one's all mine!
Not in your dreams! Crescent Moon!
You're mine!
Lasers made
I'm not
by the
done.
power of flame! Hurricane Strike!
Infernal Turret!
Nail Struck!
I let my guard down.
I'll bring back
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning Condemned!
Double Demon Fang! Try harder! Not a chance!
Illuminate the
Ah! Ignite!
Train harder.
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Strike! Lunar Corruption!
Flash!
Gemini Standing Storm!
Take this.
Annihilation!
Double Demon
Now
Fang!
see what I can do.
Reload! This'll come in handy! Lightning Condemned!
Here, let me help.
Too much first aid! Illuminate the
Double Demon Fang!
Here I come! Vanish without a
Double
trace!
Demon Fang! You're mine!
Hands in the wind!
I'm not done!
Not in your dreams!
Dragon Swarm!
All disasters made one! Come forth
Dragon
and heal
Swarm!
us of purity!
This one's mine.
Nail struck!
You're mine!
I'll bring
One's all mine!
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
I'm not done! Not today!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Anything in
Bring
all
this
is
one
on
down!
mine.
Up and out!
I can
Let's
carve
go!
through armor.
Gravitas
Dragon
Spear!
Swarm!
Strike!
Can't get out of this. Let's keep up the pressure.
Double Demon!
Field!
Here I come!
This'll come in
This
handy!
should do it.
By the
Double
power
Demon
of
Fang!
Field! Purge Maleficent!
Double Demon Fang!
Ready to go! Mega Ray! Confiscated! Annihilation! Mega Ray! Inferno Eruption! Raging Storm! Mega Banana, let's go! There you go! Don't let up!
Prepare to be sealed.
Malevolent! Do it! Blah, 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 that's it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Gemini Aqua!
You're mine!
Sparkling
Move it! Get!
Rain
This
down
time!
and purify all!
Flash!
Spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
You! Stay away from my friend!
Dance in the wind! Spirit now!
Double Demon Fang!
There with the others!
Demon Fang!
Will this help?
Double Demon
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Armor won't save you!
Freeze Lancer! Freeze Lancer!
Try harder. No escape.
Feel! Get on Gemini Ultra! Lightning!
Double demon fire.
Here, let...
Double demon fang. Try harder. Not a chance. I'm not done.
The darkest skies!
No further.
Annihilation! Lightning!
Double demon fang. Double demon fang. Double demon fang.
Feel! There!
Double demon
Denied.
fang.
This is mine! I'm also illuminate the dark by the holy light!
Try harder.
I got
My
it all
turn.
day!
No. Can't end here.
Illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer!
I can carve through armor!
Going in!
Hold on to your art!
I'm not done yet.
Right! Lunar corruption! By the power of water!
Can't move. Now or never.
Meteor storm!
I'll bring...
the wind! Air thrust!
No further.
Photon rage!
I won't give up anything!
Armor is all mine!
Dance in the wind! Feel!
Double demon
Down
fang.
there with the others! Hit! Whoa! Hey! When did it... Hi!
Double demon fang. Double
about to
demon
strike.
fang. Look sharp, everyone.
The flames will roar! Burning strike! Raging cascade! Spread! Dance in the wind!
Go!
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Here's a healing art! First aid! Here, let me help! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Shooting star!
Now or never.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Smash you!
All the
Going in.
masters made
Primed
one.
and ready.
Come forth
Into
and
the
heal
shadows.
some purity.
Take this!
I won't give up!
Light ash curve.
Here, let me help!
Freeze
First
Lancer.
aid!
Dance in the wind.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Photon dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Not done yet. Double demon
Dance in
fang.
the wind. Air thrust.
Double demon fang.
Photon smash you. Raging cascade.
Double demon fang.
Dance in the wind. This one's in here. This one's ready.
You're mine.
Glacial spear!
Here's the
Strike.
the darkest
You're
sky.
finished.
I call upon
It's
thee,
on.
Freeze Lancer.
Double demon fang. Burn.
Feel. Hear me.
Dragon form.
Going in.
Try this.
Spear.
Here's the evil.
Explosive ring.
Freeze Lancer. Got it.
Here, now let's...
Double demon fang.
My... Fitting just once!
Searing flame. Reload.
It's gonna attack.
Right, watch out!
Double demon fang.
I'm only getting started.
Try harder. My turn.
Meteor storm. Hands in the wind.
Double demon fang. Double demon fang.
Lightning condemned.
Try harder. Not a chance.
Too much to handle.
No escape.
Illuminate.
Swallow blade.
Holy light.
I'll smash you!
Lightning.
Time to shine!
Dragon form. Swallow blade. Try this.
Nothing gets by me!
Infernal torrent.
Here's a heal...
Demon fang.
aid.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Shattering all pieces!
Eat dirt. Dragon form. Swallow blade. Infernal torrent.
I let my guard down.
Double demon fang.
By the power of flame!
I'll bring you back from...
Illuminate the dark!
I'll bring...
Demon fang.
Holy land! I can't hold on much longer!
That
They're not
move.
playing around!
Here comes a big one.
Holy land! Explosion!
Freeze Lancer!
Double Demon Fang!
In here!
Try harder! My turn!
More with the
Honor
fire
will
rifle.
save you!
Oh, magic is there!
Move it! I'm not done! Swallow Blade!
Dance in the wind!
happening!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Sorry.
Double
Ready
Demon
to
Fang!
It's go time!
Double Demon Fang! Eat dirt!
Here, let me help. First aid! Here's a healing art. First aid! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. I still got some fight left in me. Resuscitation! Think again. You're open. If it's in the sky, it's mine. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation! Think again. Now. Hold on to your art. Here I
Double
come.
Demon Fang!
Seal! A new lease on life,
Double
Andy.
Demon Fang!
Here goes! More where that came from!
What the?
Here goes! What was I thinking?
Demon Fang! Double
I'll bring you
Demon
back
Fang!
from death's abyss! I call upon resuscitation! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Double Demon Fang!
Shooting star!
It looks like
Demon
we made a
Fang!
mess!
Finish without a trace! Let's get you all tucked away!
Double Demon Fang!
Magic is
This
there.
one's all mine! Try harder! Not a chance!
Here goes! Raging cascade!
Double Demon Fang!
Seal! Let's get you all tucked away! Searing flame! Alright!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Now you see what I can do!
Cut! Cut! It's over!
Amazing! Not long to go now.
We couldn't have done it without you, Danielle.
Thanks! Come on! Let's you and me get in there and finish this fight!
Not today! Dragon Storm!
Here I go!
Try this!
Hurricane Strike! Ready and fly!
Ready and ready!
Ready and here! Holy Land!
Double Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn!
Finish without a trace! In here! This will come in handy.
Double Demon Fang!
More where that came from! Burning!
Double Demon Fang!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Sleep now, fear!
You're mine!
Here's evil! I'll be saving
Strike!
this one! Far beyond the dark Freeze Lancer! I call upon thee!
Take this! I'm not done!
Care of Pluto!
Slash! Dragon Swarm!
Denied!
It's on!
So now you're getting serious?
I can feel the medicine working. Radiant here! Damn it!
Try harder!
Out of ammo! I'll bring
Demon
back from
Fang!
death's abyss. Resuscitation! I'm all stuffed up! Mega Ray! That's gonna smart. Gemini Aqua! I'm
Not a chance!
sorry!
I'll smash you!
Vanish without a trace!
I'm not done! Double Demon Fang!
Radiant here!
Not today! Dragon Swarm!
The power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Here!
Explosive Ring!
I let my guard down.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Double Demon Fang!
I have to train harder.
Demon Fang!
Resuscitation!
Is this it?
Ready to go! Resuscitation! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Double Demon Fang!
Think again! No defense!
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! Mega Ray!
Double Demon Fang!
They're not playing around!
Double Demon Fang!
Radiant here!
Double Demon Fang!
Shooting star!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Air thrust! Photon blast!
The flame inside you yearns to be let free.
Dance in the wind!
Try harder! My turn!
Radiant
No
flight!
escape!
Now you see what I can do!
Time to shine! Take it!
Come
You're
on!
mine! Radiant
This
flash
is the
mine!
ring!
Holy Lance!
How about by the power of water?
Mega
Double
Ray!
Demon Fang!
Flame!
It's weakened!
Illuminate
this
the
ends
dark!
now!
Take fire!
I can carve through armor! Take this!
Holy
Dragon
Lance!
Swarm!
Raging
Double
Cascade!
Demon Fang!
Spread! Dance
Double
in the
Demon
wind!
Fang!
Air drop! Photon Flash! Purge Malevolent! Magic Kazam!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate
Double
the dark!
Demon Fang!
Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Lance!
Double Demon Fang!
Far beyond the darkest! Now!
More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Dahnans and Renans, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch.
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Shion. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver spoon elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner! Yes! Yes, of course! Dinner! Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah, so much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
I'm looking forward to breakfast. Did you get enough sleep?
Did we really just spend that much... Money?
Always good to be back in familiar territory. Hey.
Hey. I guess... No way. Damn. Whew. All right. This is... Thanks.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Rena would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with Great Dana. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see.
Okay, off we go.
friends, Hoodle?
What a wonderful treasure this is.
Hey, Alvin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy! Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cyslodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hoodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hoodle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hoodle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hoodle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the crown contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time, the fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia, though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
I think Hootle senses something.
Hoo hoo. Hoo 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 hoo.
My word, this must... be the work of... Providence.
Right!
Saxleo Temple. Isn't that where Shion was being held?
Shh! Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this!
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, You know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Xion, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Oh.
Just great.
Cheers!
Cheers! What? Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait.
Oh no. I'm alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it?
Alvin?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got... There's also this, so please, we'll fight this together.
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. That said, even if your bouquet is just...
I'm just glad I could help.
You never cease to amaze.
I see you've got your relics all lined up again. What are you doing? Huh? They're so bright now.
Oh, it's you two. I was merely tending to my collection.
Don't you think you've polished them enough by now?
You take better care of your relics than you do yourself.
I try to take good care of them. However, no matter how much work I put in, it refused to respond.
I thought you could hear their voices somehow.
I can, but that's all I can do with them. I can't actually engage in conversation with them. Not yet.
What are they saying? Did they really want you to polish them that much?
You're right. I was so enraptured with them, I may have selfishly failed to consider their own wishes. I must open my mind and sincerely engage with them in earnest.
He never gets tired of his relics, does he?
Nope. It is interesting to look at them when they're all lined up together like this, though. Like how these two have similar designs. It makes me wonder if they were made in the same period.
An excellent observation. Yes, I too suspect they're somehow intimately related as well.
I don't see what you two are talking about at all.
What's this? Why, that smear wasn't there previously. Could it be responding to my voice at long last? It's rather viscous and has a distinct aroma to it.
Ugh, Hootle! These relics are no place for you to do your business! Whew! I'm serious! These are priceless pieces of history!
Come on, Dohalim. Let's go wash your hands before you catch anything weird.
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Who
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Oh?
Right.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Okay, off we go.
Isn't that Almadria's?
So this is where her ship drifted.
Then the one who wrote the letter is...
Alive, but badly wounded. I doubt many of the others have survived.
Let's survey the area.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Danans, Renans, a lord, a mage, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now, I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but... swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special.
This is such a beautiful island.
Yet it's just as full of Zeugles as everywhere else on Dana.
The fact there are piers suggests people must have come here in the past, though.
The reason they're gone is simple. The Renans put all of the Danans to work on the crown contest after they conquered the planet.
So there would have been nobody left to enjoy the view here after the Great Conquest. Once this whole thing is over, we'll have to all come back here together so we can appreciate it. Did I say something weird?
No, I was just impressed you came up with such a good idea for once.
Hey, Alphen, why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger, the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renans are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine. But what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so freaking much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food.
Hand it over.
Stay away! Ah!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
Ah!
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I'm surprised to see you up reading so late. What have you got there?
Oh, it's a book about magic. I was hoping I'd reach the end of this chapter before I went to bed.
I'm impressed you can read all that tiny text without drifting off.
It's easy. Honestly, the subject is so interesting, it keeps me wide awake. Although I have to admit, the more I read this book, the more I realize just how much I still have to learn. I hate not knowing it all, so it pushes me to keep learning as much as I can so I can be a real expert.
So that's why you're studying by the campfire every night, huh? You've really changed, Rinwell.
Really? I don't feel like it.
Remember how you used to be when we first met in Calaglia?
Sure, but that's because I was still hiding a lot from you guys. Am I really all that different aside from that?
Definitely. It's the difference between a rock and the sun.
Are you saying I used to be like a rock? That's not something you should use to describe a girl, Alphen.
My bad. But the comparison is still apt. You used to not be open with us about your magic at all. And now look at you.
Well, I guess you may have a point. I used to hate studying magic because my parents made me do it. And after everything that happened, I felt like it brought nothing but trouble. But now, I don't think it's so bad after all. Maybe I really have changed more than I thought. All magic is simply astral energy combined with knowledge. It's neither good nor bad by itself. It all depends on how you use it. Saying it out loud, I guess I finally made peace with it.
I think you have Law to thank for that.
What? Why him?
I mean, he was kind of the one who...
Nope, he's got nothing to do with it. None. Zilch. Nada. Nothing.
If Law heard that, he'd be pretty bummed, you know.
You're crazy. I don't see why he would be.
Are you saying you'd rather he wouldn't be? I'd say the fact you can get so worked up about things now is another sign you've changed.
Sounds like someone wants me to put on a little magic show.
All right, all right. I'll take my leave before I say anything else that might get me into trouble. Just make sure you aren't staying up too late, okay?
Ugh, I'm not a little kid anymore. Yeesh. Though, actually, it felt kind of nice hearing that. I wonder why. Woo! Hootle, let me know if you sense anything. Thanks to you, I was able to rest easy.
No choice. Look, damn it!
Going in.
Take this!
Are those honestly natural?
You see this coming?
Rising Wyvern! It's time!
Air thrust!
It's over!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
You're mine! I'm not done!
Air thrust!
Dragon Swarm!
Astral
Not a
energy!
chance!
Prepare to be sealed. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
No choice! Strike!
Right here. I got it.
Raging storm!
Here I come!
Celestial
I'm not done! Dragon
This one's
Swarm!
mine. I'll take out the legs with my shield.
You're mine! No escape!
Fly! A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
I'm not done! Lunar Rondo!
With precision like that, I'm glad you're not on the other side.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Go no further!
You're mine!
Finish with the
You're mine! Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Flush! You see this coming?
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Do it!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here,
Not a chance!
stars of light! Rain down air!
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right
It's
beside
over.
you! Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Still! Go! In here! Healing circle! These things really get on my nerves. Feast the soul!
We got flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman
Come and
handle
face
it.
me. All yours.
Nail strike! Glacial spear! Far beyond the darkest
You're
flame!
mine! I'm not done.
Blizzard blow!
You're mine. You're mine.
Flaming meteor! Flame of fury! Let's get it
Rising
out of
Wyvern. I'm not done.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you!
Luna Rondo.
Glacial spear! Hurricane swirl!
Make it rain. Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclops!
Sword and shield.
A classic combination.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
An opponent like this should be easy.
That'll bring you down!
Get behind me!
Primed and ready! Hurricane swarm!
Try this.
Insects should stay on the ground!
This one's mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Rising Wyvern.
You've got pretty impressive aim there. Thought of picking up the rifle yourself?
This is more my style.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Want something to munch on, Hootle? I'll see you again tomorrow.
It's a brand new day, everyone. Let's greet the dawn.
A laudable sentiment.
Hey, is Dohalim's shirt on backwards?
Suffice it to say, mornings aren't his strong suit.
It's you.
Lord Dohalim?
I figured I'd find you here, Kelzalik.
You knew he'd be here?
The handwriting on the note was all too familiar to me.
Did you come all the way out here to mock me, or have you changed your mind about putting me to death?
What if I had?
You have no right. You who abandoned your lordly duties and chose to fraternize with embeddeds of all people! And for what? How could someone as powerful as yourself turn your back upon the crown contest?
Not this again.
I ran from this once, but I must face it now. The crown contest was never for me. I apologize for dragging you along, but I do not regret my choice in the slightest. Listen to me, Kelzelik. People change. They can change given time, and regardless of their race. I know you're a capable man. You could do so much for others if you were so inclined.
Me? Impossible. It's too late for me. Death. Death closes in on me wherever I go.
What?
That's Almeidrius!
Is she alive too?
It's death!
All yours, Kisara!
There!
Would you come with us? We can take you someplace safe.
To where? Where could I possibly be safe from that?
What are you talking about? We already took care of the monster.
No! Death is immortal by its very nature. Even now it haunts me. It hounds me. The Silver Death curses me incessantly with its many faces, many voices. Don't follow me. Leave me be. Leave me alone!
What's happened to him?
Whatever it is, it seems we have read the situation wrong.
He spoke of a silver death. Do you think he could be referring to the people back in Vicente that he hollowed?
He did so at Almeidria's urging. I'm sure that somewhere deep down, he felt guilt and remorse for what he did. It was easy to blame it all on Almeidria while she was alive. But now that she's gone, he has no one left but himself to blame for his own misdeeds. He's alone with his guilt on this island.
But it sounds like he lacked the mental fortitude to endure it.
Makes sense. Sounds like just desserts to me.
Almadria's monsters had nothing to do with it then.
So he was a Renan, yet he regretted his part in the Danan's persecution. And now he's beyond help.
Should we really just wash our hands of him, though?
To be honest, it seems like he's punished himself far more than any punishment we could hope to mete out. Dohalim.
If I hadn't met all of you, No, even after that. If I hadn't accompanied you on this journey, it's entirely possible that might have been me.
But you did. You're here with us now. And you didn't stumble upon redemption, Dohalim. This is the path you chose for yourself.
Yes, I suppose it is.
I think Hootle senses something.
Good to know my training is paying off.
This shall be a feast for the senses.
There!
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
You can never be too prepared. But did we
We did a lot today, didn't we, Hootle?
Make sure to get some good rest. It gets a little tough to fight when I'm this full.